Hello, and welcome to our program on protecting against employment discrimination based on gender identity. My name is Aaron Tandy, and we're going to spend the time today discussing the impact of the Supreme Court's landmark decision regarding the scope of protection afforded under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 for gay, lesbian, and transgender employees in a trio of consolidated cases, Bostock, Zarda, and Harris Funeral Homes. In addition, we will be discussing the latest directives from the Department of Labor and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or the EEOC, regarding federal laws which bar discrimination and harassment to protect employees and applicants from being harassed, denied employment or promotion, or otherwise subject to adverse treatment because they do not conform to societal gender expectations. Hopefully, this program will make it easier for you to conform your workplace to federal laws and provide a safe space for employees to express their gender identity and continue to be productive members of your employment team. We're going to go through recognizing the need to address and prevent discrimination on the basis of gender identity in employment decisions, including hiring, promotion, and discipline, as well as recognizing that segments of the workforce remain uncomfortable with individuals transitioning between genders and address ways to lower resistance. Finally, we're going to recognize the need to modify or consider modifying the manner in which anti-harassment training is conducted to comply with federal mandates to prevent discriminatory conduct from occurring on the basis of gender identity. So let's get started. One thing that we should know is that many people are uncomfortable with people expressing their gender identity in the workplace. This goes back to some traditional expectations that many older employers have regarding what is appropriate in the workplace. But those of us who have been working in the employment field know that many newer employees, what we call Generation Z and Millennials, have different views on gender and are not interested in traditional gender labels. A study from 2021 finds that many Generation Z and Millennials believe that people are gender fluid. In the coming years, employers are going to have to recognize that their younger employees believe that a spectrum of gender identities exist and that each representation must be respected. For this reason, it's not simply that one can add the word sexual orientation or gender identification, add it to your anti-harassment or policies prohibiting discriminatory conduct in the workplace and call it a day. Instead, it is important to recognize that the issue of gender identities and orientation needs to have its own policies, or at least its own consideration when dealing with workplace issues. For the purpose of this presentation, I will be using the term gender identity to cover the spectrum of gender expression that may exist for people identifying as, among other things, transgender, femme, mask, non-binary, asexual, or other terms that people choose to use instead of simply traditional male and female designations. The Department of Labor's policy on gender identity, rights, and responsibilities, which we will be noting frequently, has a non-exclusive but comprehensive list of key terminology regarding gender identity conversations, and it is recommended for review. Finally, it is important to recognize that sexual orientation and gender identity are two different concepts that don't necessarily apply to all situations, as people who express a gender identity may be straight, lesbian, gay, bisexual, or asexual, just as people expressing what we call heteronormal designations may be as well.